The NBA is great.
1. Julius Randle, the center of the controversy. The panel begins by dissecting Julius Randle's role with the Knicks. Randle, once the clear leader of the team, has been under scrutiny for his inconsistent performances and perceived inability to perform under pressure, especially in high-stakes games. The discussion gets hostile when the panel members argue whether Randle is truly the cornerstone of the Knicks' future or a trade asset that the Knicks should consider moving. Deeper dive. Randle's numbers may suggest he's a key player, but the intangibles, the leadership, decision-making in crunch time, and ability to elevate his teammates are what stir up debate. Gilbert Arenas and the crew disagree on whether Randle's presence actually helps or hinders the development of younger players like R.J. Barrett. Arenas suggests that while Randle has talent, his style may not fit the Knicks' vision for the future, especially if they aim for a more dynamic, fast-paced game. If you believe Randle is still the man for the job, drop a "Randle redeemed" in the comments. If you think it's time for the Knicks to trade him, type "Trade Randle now." 2. Jalen Brunson's impact, savior or stopgap. The discussion then shifts to Jalen Brunson, whose arrival has changed the dynamic of the Knicks' backcourt. Brunson is praised for his consistency, clutch performances, and ability to manage the pace of the game. However, the panel debates whether Brunson is truly a long-term solution or merely a stopgap until the Knicks find a bona fide superstar. Key points to highlight. The panel discusses how Brunson has injected a sense of stability that the Knicks sorely needed. However, the conversation takes a turn when some panelists question if his ceiling is high enough to make the Knicks a legitimate contender in the Eastern Conference. Are the Knicks putting too much stock in Brunson's abilities, or is he exactly what they need for the future? The debate gets heated when one of the hosts suggests that Brunson might need to take a back seat if the Knicks ever manage to acquire a top-tier player. 3. The rumor mill, OG Anunoby, and other potential trades. A major point of contention arises when the topic of potential trades comes up, especially with rumors surrounding OG Anunoby. The panel explores how Anunoby could fit into the Knicks system and what the team might need to give up to acquire him. The discussion gets intense when panel members argue over whether a player like Anunoby is worth sacrificing key assets and whether his defensive abilities are enough to push the Knicks into serious playoff contention. In-depth analysis. The panel is divided on this point. Some believe that Anunoby's defensive skills and ability to stretch the floor could be the missing piece for a deeper playoff run. Others argue that the Knicks would be better off waiting for a more established star to become available, rather than spending valuable assets on a player who, while good, may not significantly change the team's fortunes. This segment of the discussion really encapsulates the passionate opinions of the panel as they debate the pros and cons of shaking up the roster. 4. The Knicks' future, to rebuild or compete. The conversation rounds out with a broader discussion about the Knicks' future. Should the team stay the course with its current roster and try to build chemistry, or is it time to make bold moves in the trade market? This part of the debate is where the panel's differences really come to the forefront, with some advocating for patience and others calling for drastic changes. Insightful takeaways. The argument touches on the Knicks' front office strategy, the development of young talents like Emmanuel Quickley and Quentin Grimes, and whether head coach Tom Thibodeau is the right man to lead the team going forward. The panelists also discuss the ever-present challenge of attracting star players to New York, a market with high expectations but limited